First sloka, remaining part, right? It's first sloka is very long one, but it's very important also, right? So, and there were a few requests, right, last week. So I gave some details about that also. अप्रारब्ध फलम पापम कुटम बीजम फलोन्मुखम कर्मेणैव प्रलीयता विष्णु भक्ति रतात्मनाम्। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सद्वैतं सर्वदूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदां सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखा वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणे। हरे कृष्णा। Thank you very much for joining, whoever has joined. So last week we were discussing about Vacho Vegam, controlling the urge to speak. And we discussed that it's not about speaking, it's about what we speak, right? So Vacho Vegam Manasa Krodha Vegam Jiva Vedam Udarupashta Vegam Etan Vegan Yo Vishahet Dhira Sarvam Apimam Prithivim Sa Shishyat. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, the urges of tongue, belly, and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. So, when discussing about speak, urge to speech, there were few open points, right? Like purpose of atonement, what is the root cause of sin, and what is real atonement, right? So, for these, I gave some reference yesterday night. Uh, what is the cycle of sinful activity? It's not about only sinful activity, but any good activity also we do. This cycle is repeated. So there are three stages: a seed, then about to fructify, and visible symptom or visible action. Hmm. So this shloka explains that, right? Aprabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukam karmeneva praliyate Vishnu bhakti ratatmanam. There are different stages of dormant reaction to sinful activities to be observed in so sinful life. Sinful reactions may just waiting to take effect. Phalonmukha, just about to come out. Reactions may still further dormant, kuta, and the reactions may be seed-like state, picture. In any case, all type of sinful action reactions are vanquished one after another if a person engages in devotional service to Lord Vishnu. So there are several verses which in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu also, Nectar of Devotion also, when the characteristics of bhakti or the greatness of bhakti is explained, it explains, right, the same thing. And Krishna also in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharma Parityaja, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo, Mokshayekami, Ma Sucha. So give up all religion, I will take care of all sinful reactions. So when he says all, it's not only the number, but this all the three stages of sinful reactions. So in simple language, if you want to understand this, see yesterday was Friday, right? So generally on Friday, what we do after the office and all, there is a certain type of routine that we follow. Okay, we relax, we chill out with friends, we go out somewhere. Why we do that? Why we think Friday is a special day or Monday is a hard day for working people, right? Why Sunday is a special day? Because we have that image or we have that impressions in our mind. So Friday's impression is it is the start of weekend. So the people who are working, for them it is a start, so they are happy. For people who are not working, for them also it is a day of happiness because okay, the lady or the man, they will be together and they can go out, they can spend some time together. So in any way, so why we do that? Because that is an impression that has given to us from childhood, that when the holiday is, it is time to relax, time to enjoy. Actually, every day is same, right? Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday. Every day is made same by Krishna. But we have made these different categories as per the day, and accordingly we work. So this happens automatically. Nobody has to tell us Friday is this, Monday is this. So this is impressions. So now I have impression of Friday. So next Friday I will be behaving same way because I have impression or experience, good experience of this day. So I do that. So in this, what is the seed? Seed is given, that is very permanent seed in our heart or mind, that this is the way the days are supposed to be spent. So that seed is there. So Monday I go, then I have when Saturday evening comes, that seed fructi about to fructify at Monday. Oh, Monday is a difficult day. Monday blues, right? We say. So Monday we have to go office and all. And Monday when it comes, we behave like that. So this is a pattern that is set. Yesterday I was reading one article, very interesting article, how in Japan this coffee culture was brought. So it is a very good example of this seed, how the seed is sown and how it fructifies. So in 1930s or 40s, I think Nestle, the biggest company, right, of milk products and all, they tried to sell coffee in Japan, but it didn't work out at that time. And it was a failure. Like the sale was very less. People will not buy coffee, and Nestle was worried. Why all other countries it is working, it's not working in Japan. So they did what they gave this case to a special psychologist to check what is the reason. Okay, so he came to Japan, he analyzed for certain time period, and he went back and he gave the analysis why you cannot sell coffee here, because there is no coffee culture in Japan. Okay, so the people don't know what happens if you drink coffee, what is the experience. Their culture is different. Their culture is okay, drink green tea or barley tea, or in winter just drink hot water. That is their culture. So they don't know what is the coffee and how it feels by drinking coffee. So the and it is very difficult to change the generation which is above 50 or 60 years of age, because they have so strong impressions of that green tea and all that, that they will never go to coffee. So he gave an idea that you target the young generation. if you want to bring up the cell. So his idea was don't give coffee directly. Okay, so what Nestle brought, you can read this story in on net or anywhere. So what they brought is initially Nestle brought along with coffee, chocolate, uh, coffee, small toffees, all these things they brought. And kids, because they like to eat lot of coffees and toffees, they started eating this. Okay, so now what happened? The seed at that stage, the kids, when they were eating those small coffee bites and everything, chocolates, that seed was sown in their heart. And the coffee is something that we should also include in our uh, all the chutneys or local coffees or toffees or chocolates. So they included it, and slowly, Nestle brought different items. And when this generation was in their 15 to 20 age, they were aware of this coffee thing. And when they started working, they started drinking coffee because they know the feeling of it. And then the market went up. So this is good example how the seed is sown and it fructifies after certain time period, and then how it actually works. So the seed was sown into the young people, then about to fructify means they became 15 to 20 years age, and then they started drinking. Yeah, so it was the visible reaction. So this is way in our mind and our heart there are so many impressions there which we don't know, we even don't know. Some we know, some we don't know. So many seeds are there, and if you try to remove one by one the sinful reactions, it is impossible for us to do because we don't know how many lifetimes what we have done and what that impression has created. So it keeps coming up. And the another problem is when you do one action, again the impression is created. Okay, so I know, so there is an example of thief in this. The thief knows that if I do stealing, if I will get caught, I will be in jail. He knows, but still he does that because that beige is there to do that thing in his nature. So even if he knows, if he goes through the atonement, he cannot correct himself. He keeps on doing because of that internal impression and internal seed in his heart and mind. So he keeps doing. So even if he comes out of the jail, again he goes and does the same thing. Again he's going to jail, right? So this is the cycle we go through, and very difficult to break this cycle. We try, but we cannot because it's beyond our control. So anarthas, our anarthas, so there is krodha vegam, anger. So all these anarthas are there, and we are uh, without our intention, we are doing those actions because we are used to react in that way. We are used to follow a particular pattern, and we just do that without thinking that what will happen. Or I have done same thing in the past and I was feeling very guilty, I was punished, I was somebody had grudge against me. We know this, but because of that seed, it just we cannot stop that action. So the atonement, what is the real atonement? uh, Anmol, if you have or if you are on computer, and I gave one shloka in Bhagavatam 6.1.11.
Yes,
If you can show on the screen and read Vedabis Bhagavatam.
is my screen visible?
Yes. Yeah, you can read.
Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1.11. Shri Bhadrayana Uvacha Karmana Karma Niraho Nahi Antyake Ishyate Avidad Adhikravitet Prashchitam Vimarsharam. Synonyms. Shri Badaryani Vacha. Shri Sukadev Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, replied, Karmana, the fruitive results. Karma Niraha, counteraction of the fruitive activities. Na, not. High, indeed. Atyantika, final. Ishyate, becomes possible. Avidvat, adhikaritvat, from being without knowledge. Pashyatam, real adornment. Vimarshanam, from full knowledge of Vedanta. Translation. Sukadev Goswami, the son of Vedvyasa, answered, My dear king, since acts mean to neutralize impious actions are also fruitive, they will not release one from the tendency of the act fruitfully. Persons who subject themselves to the rules and regulations of the atonement are not at all intelligent. Indeed, they are in the mode of darkness. Unless one is freed from the mode of ignorance, trying to counteract one action through the another is useless because this will not uproot one desire. Thus, even though one may superficially seem pious, he will not undoubtedly be prone to act impiously. Therefore, real atonement is enlightenment in the perfect knowledge Vedanta, by which one understands the Supreme Personality, a Supreme Absolute Truth. Hare Krishna.
Purport is long or short? How is the purport?
Short only.
Yeah, you can read.
Hey,
Very wonderful purport. Yeah.
The Guru Sukadev Goswami has examined Parikshit Maharaj, and it appears that the king has passed one phase of the examination by rejecting the process of atonement because it involves fruitive activities. Now, Sukadev Goswami is suggesting the platform of speculative knowledge. Progressing from Karma Kanda to Gyan Kanda, he is proposing Paschyatam Vimarshanam. Real atonement is full of knowledge. Vimarshana refers to the cultivation of the speculative knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita, karmis who are lacking in knowledge are compared to asses. Krishna says in Bhagavata 7.15, Namam dushkrito mudha prapdante narad mayaya paharit jnana ashuranam bhavam asrita. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of the demons, do not surrender unto me. Thus, karmis who engage in the sinful activities and do not know the true objective of the life are called mudhas, asses. Vimarshana, however, is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita 15.15, where Krishna says, Vedis Vedais cha sarver aham eva vedya. The purpose of the Vedic study is to understand the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. If one studies Vedanta but merely advances somewhat in the speculative knowledge and does not understand the Supreme Lord, one remains the same Muda. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 7.19, one attains real knowledge when he understands Krishna and surrenders on to him. Bahuanam jananam ante jnanavam mam prabdate. To become learned from free from the material contamination, therefore one should try to understand Krishna, for thus one is immediately liberated from pious and impious activities and their reactions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So same sentence Srila Prabhupada has written, right? Real atonement involves coming to real knowledge, right? So the root cause of all sinful activities is ignorance and forgetting who we are, what we are supposed to do. That is ignorance. So forgetting that I am soul or I am consciousness and what is my real purpose of life and acting on behalf of the bodily consciousness. So that is, we say, ignorance, right? So the real reason, of course, is ignorance, and to remove the ignorance, we need the knowledge. So Krishna gave knowledge to Arjuna from body to soul, and the material nature, how it is, what is material world, what is beyond material world, and how to reach there. All this he gave in Bhagavad Gita, the process, the goal. So real knowledge is now what we are doing right now. Understand who is the Supreme Lord, what he does, where he lives, how to go, what is our relationship with him, how I can go to him. This is real knowledge. So if we have real knowledge and we know who we are, we will not do those things. So the problem is because of so many impressions that we have, and because I am not in real knowledge, that's why I am in the body. Otherwise, I will not be in the body. Or maybe a certain ignorance is remaining to uh, come out of this body, right? So the knowledge is available in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everywhere. It's how we surrender. So now I am reading, we are listening, we are discussing, we are okay uh, as regards to doing something wrong. But if I am alone, if I am away from this reading and vibration, I am bound to do something. I will do something wrong because of my last image. So Krishna told Arjuna, even if you don't listen to me, you don't want to fight. Okay, I'm telling you to fight. That is your duty, whatever reasons he gave in Bhagavad Gita. At the end, he said, I told you everything, but you judge what you want to do. Because even if Krishna was telling him, Arjuna was still not ready. He was asking questions. So it's up to us to do the thing. So Krishna will not do stop us from doing wrong things. He will give us knowledge. He will give us situation. He will give us contact of association of devotees. But it's we who have to take that first step or the step to renounce these things, and we are not able to do that because still we don't have the real knowledge. And above the knowledge, the realization. The knowledge is fine, reading the book can fine, but we should have some realization, then only we can overcome that. So I am also like the same thing, right? I do the same mistakes again and again, every day same mistakes, and that is what the problem there is. The next, manasa vegam, the mind is the problem. So mind, we say, is the king of the senses. So it drives everything. Okay. So mind is subtle thing, right? This what we have, our head is brain, right? Physical thing. But the mind is subtle. We cannot see where is the mind right here. No. It's a subtle thing. Mind, intelligence, and ego are the subtle elements of the creation. And when the things are subtle, they are very difficult to understand, right? So gross things we can see, we can control body and all, but all the things those we can see are controlled by a subtle invisible force. As we say, right, there is some invisible force that is driving everything. So that is mind. Of course, above mind is intelligence. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita. So if we use our intelligence properly, mind can be controlled. But mind is so powerful that it is very difficult to control it also through the intelligence also. So we can experience this, right? Like certain things or certain people or sometimes kids or men, women, they are in such a mental state that their mind works so fast. Every moment they are thinking of something. It's not peaceful, so fast. We cannot control. The speed of mind is also um, um, faster than light. Why? How? If I'm sitting in Japan, but if I start thinking of my hometown, say Pune in India, immediately the mind goes there. I can see my house, mother, surrounding, everything. Mind can travel quicker than light. That's why mind is very subtle and very powerful. So Krishna also tells in Bhagavad Gita, you can control the mind by practice and by renunciation, tyaga and swadhyay, practice. So everyday practice, we have to train the mind. How to train the mind? With the intelligence. So here also, Srila Prabhupada gives this the same analogy that mind is the flickering, and it will you have to fix the mind on somewhere. So the real knowledge is, okay, who is Krishna? What is my relationship with him? And through the intelligence, we have to control the mind, that you focus your attention on Krishna or your relationship or your chanting or your reading. So that's way the mind will be fixed. If we say empty mind is devil's house. So if the mind is empty, it will think of the things that it wants to do, because based on the their your own pattern of your life. Very dangerous. Even if it knows that I don't mind, cannot. Okay, mind is a element which cannot decide on himself. It does not have any intelligence. That is separate. So mind will just work like a machine. What is the last impression? It will take action. Last impression, take action. It will not stop. Will not be stopped. It just goes, keeps on going. So intelligence is given for that, to judge what is right, what is wrong, and what should be done, what should not be done. But the intelligence is more subtle than mind. So we cannot see or we cannot understand, but we know we all are intelligent. Why I can read? That is my intelligence, right? How I can think is my intelligence. So it is there, but very, very subtle. But that's why it is more powerful. The more the thing is subtle, the more it is powerful. Uh, that is the mystery of this world, right? Like there are statements like it does not depend on how your body structure is, but if your mind is very strong, you can control anyone. So in the fight and uh, games and boxing and all this is the concept that mind is powerful. So the opponent may be huge, but if he has weak mind, a small, medium size athlete can beat him, because based on the mind's power, everything is mind game, because that is subtle. So we have to use mind properly. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, Krishna gives why, how, because Arjuna also is not able to control. So we are nowhere. So we have to follow the instruction. That just focus on Krishna, focus on something which is more subtle and which is eternal. Then we can be in stable state, right? And mind will try to drive us away from everything, but intelligence should be coming into picture, and our consciousness, right? So that, okay, what I have to do, that comes from Atma, right? Consciousness. So because I am Atma, if I am convinced of that, which is the real knowledge, then the problems are solved. But I'm still theoretically, I know maybe I'm not body, I'm Atma, but still I'm not in that consciousness always, that who am I. So that is the question. Every motivational speaker or everybody, they will use this repeated. Who am I? Who am I? So we have to remember who am I, and then the things become easier and clearer. Hmm. So that consciousness, so Vaisheshika Prabhu's statement is keep the vibration going. Why? Because by that vibration, transcendental vibration, we keep ourselves there. So that's why 24 hours, man mana mama bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Always think of me. Offer your homage unto me. 24 hours. Always means what? Always means 24 hours, 365 days, all your life. Always think of me, then you can come to me. And we are not able to do that. I want to do that, I am not able to do that. Why? Because of different nature, because of my condition, life, I am not able to do it. Even if I am living in Japan, what is conditioned state of body and mind? Even if I am living in Japan, what I cook at my home is Indian food. Why? Why I don't eat Japanese food every day? Because I'm conditioned to Indian body. My body is conditioned like an Indian. My mind, intelligence, everything is conditioned like Indian. So, so the people, we are born in India, so we have those impressions. A person born in Japan, even if an Indian born in Japan, if he lives in an Indian family with some Indian connection, very difficult to come out of that consciousness. So we will like the Indian food. This is conditioned life, right? So I live here, I can eat in Japanese food, but I cannot. I'm so strong conditioned to Indian thinking and Indian way of eating, living. I follow that, right? So this conditioned mind is the problem. We cannot come out of that thinking. And what happens with that uncontrolled mind is the next krodha vegam. So what if I don't get what I want, I'm angry. And if I get what I don't want, I am angry. Both the state, I am frustrated. I want mental peace. I am not getting it. I become angry on everyone. I will become. So is it applicable to me also? Same state. Krodha Vegam. I am not able to control my Krodha. It comes out, I react. It comes out, I react. The important part here, when Srila Prabhupada translates it, right, is turn of anger. So it is understood that anger will be there. Everybody will get angry because in material world you will not get what you want and you will get what you don't want. That world is designed like that. So our expectations are wrong itself. So our basis of everything is living is wrong. We want mental peace, we want happiness continuously, but that's not the way it is designed. So it's not going to come. I don't want to meet this person. I don't want weather to be too hot, too cold, but it's designed. You will get that. Uh, I don't want my office. I want my office to be very smooth. 6 o'clock finish, no escalations, nothing. It's not going to happen. World is not made like that. So you are going to get angry for sure. But if you can control the action of that anger, that is what here Rupa Goswami is telling us. That don't act in anger. So the problem is we try to stop the anger. That's not the solution. The solution is don't act in anger. So there is in India we say if you are angry, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 10. Why? Because that particular moment when you want to act, that is gone. And that is mind's action, okay? That I have to do something that is coming from mind. If I'm getting angry, I have to say something, I have to scold that person, I have tried to change the situation, I try to control. That is coming from the mind. Intelligence knows this is it's going to be like this, but mind says, no, 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 why? The ahankar comes in, why I have to face this? And it takes help of mind to act. Right? So this way of acting is continuously going, and we don't know. People don't know. Even if because of some spiritual connection, we know we are not able to change those patterns. Right? So Krishna says, always think of me continuously. So if you are thinking of me, then the chances of acting out of that is less. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Haya Andaka. Yaha Krishna Ta Nai Maya Radhika. So if Krishna is there, other things cannot be act. It's because Krishna is the most powerful. So anger will be there. Don't act in anger. And the next is urge of tongue, right? Speaking, if you hold your tongue, you cannot speak. Huh? Very difficult. While speaking, tongue has to move. And eating, the test. So simple example, like yesterday was Friday. I was working from home. I was throughout the day, I was busy. I took my dinner little bit early. Dinner, lunch, late lunch, early dinner, 5:30 something. So logically, there is no need to eat anything because I work till 8, 9 o'clock and then I reading something and sleeping, right? So no need to eat. But my tongue wanted something because Friday night and then I have to relax. Then it wanted something sweet or it wanted something like salty, something it wanted. So I can understand that why it wants because my pattern is like that. Sunday evening, eat something that is sweet or that is maybe a junk food, something because the taste is good. So that urge to test the things is so strong, we cannot control the tongue. So Mauna, if some person can be without speaking, if he can stay for 1 hour, 2 hour, he is very strong person because he can control the tongue. So he can control his speech and control his. So in our culture, there are two main things. One is the one main thing is uh, fasting. Why the fasting is recommended? Because fasting monthly 2 times or 3 times or in that is what we do. But I remember my mother and my uncle and aunt, they used to fast weekly 2 or 3 times. Somebody will fast on Monday, somebody on Thursday, somebody on Saturday. Every week they will fast 1 day, 2 days, sometimes 3 days will come. Monday is there, Tuesday is Chaturthi, then fasting. Saturday is every week Saturday is fasting. So 3 to 4 days sometimes fasting. Navratri people fast for 9 days. Why? That is control of tongue. So our culture is made in such a way that we control the tongue. And by controlling the tongue, so what we do on fasting, spend more time on reading, chanting. Right? So we engage in activity, so the mind is peaceful. Uh, and if you are fasting more, the energy of the mind is less because you don't go into passion. Uh, but you should not fast in such a way that you have to sleep. So we go in ignorance. That is useless, right? So fasting should be properly done. So we say, okay, fast at least fast on 2 Ekadashis. So try what is fasting, eat less. Nowadays there are so many options that on fasting also we eat more. So fasting also had purpose in our culture. Very thoughtful process was set in our culture. Mm. And for that, so how much you eat, what you eat. So one way is I will eat everything that can be offered to Krishna, and if it is offered to Krishna, I will eat. Right. So that itself controls. So the four principles that we follow in ISKCON, right? Don't eat meat, fish, egg, everything. So that automatically gives control. Don't eat lasoon and pyaz, onion and garlic. Automatically control. The options are controlled. So in one way, we don't eat anything that is a passionate food that will give a passion in your body. So even after controlling this much, we have so much passion. We get angry, we want to do something, we do wrong things without thinking anything. That passion and ignorance is so engrossed in this Kali Yuga. Even after doing chanting, even after doing fasting, even after reading Shastra, try to understand real knowledge, we still are in passion. We cannot keep our mind steady. We want to do something. It's passion. So to and for that these rules are there, uh, so that we come out of ignorance. Don't do the activities that increase passion, ignorance. So the four rules have the basis of that: no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. All these are to avoid that ignorant activities. So rules are made, of course, to give us a natural tendency to go do good things and restrict our flickering mind and this tongue and these genitals. So here, uh, then it comes. The next is Krodha, right? Manasa, Krodha, and Jiva Vegam, tongue, Udaro, Pashta Vegam. Udara means both belly and genitals. In one line they are, right? So to control that, if you control our tongue, automatically our belly and our genitals are calm. Because the energy of the passion that goes inside, if you eat passionate food, it will start from bottom to come up. So you become passionate, you do the activities of ignorance, you cannot control your mind, you speak whatever you want to speak, right? So all these activities, like four principles that we follow in ISKCON, right? No illicit sex, so uh, limited, limited or only one marriage, and only one relationship with your wife or your husband. uh, Thinking everybody else as mother. Why we call Mata Ji, Prabhu Ji? Why? That gives a image. But what is happening is because we do that every day, we lose the uh, basic concept why we are doing that. That is ignorance. I may say somebody Mataji, somebody may be Prabhuji, but inside my mind I am thinking different. Now, is Prabhu is what? Prabhu is your master, right? So I'm calling this person my master, but it's okay. I have to call him, so I am calling. So we lose the purpose behind that process, but still we have to do it. So it does not mean that, okay, I don't respect this person, so I will not say Prabhu. No, we have to say, because even if your mind says don't say, you have to say, so that it gets trained. To train the mind, it is required. So some devotee asked me, "Arey, I want to do chanting. I have that desire, but don't have any test to do chanting. So I'm not doing the chanting. Maybe I will do after some years or age, when I will get test. But the real need, I don't think I have real need right now. So here the way of thinking itself is wrong, right? So the test will come by chanting, and you will not chant and you want to experience the test. How it is possible, right? So I want to go to office, but I don't want to leave my house. How it is possible, right? You have to leave your house, then only you can go to office. So these two things cannot work together, right? So work from home is an option, but if I want to physically go to office, I have to go out of my home. Then only I can go there. And if I say I will not go out of home, but I want to be in office physically, it's not possible. So you have to go out of house, then you reach office. Similarly, you want to test the chanting, then you have to chant. Even if you don't have test, even if you don't want to chant, you have to chant. Then only you will understand what is the effect of that. Right? So similarly, uh, brahmacharya is a concept that we have in our culture, where the kids or ladies, they are trained to remain brahmachari, right, for until age 16 or age 20, because that is the power that we have. Every one of us has that power which can be utilized properly. So if you see who are brahmacharis from their birth, if they go in their 60s or 70s, also their body is very stiff. They don't have any disease. Their face is always effulgent. They are always genki. Why? Because that power of those genitals and everything is stored in their body. Uh, and when it's stored, it goes up into the, because in the body it is there. If we don't take it out, it will come out in the your upper part, upper chakras, lower, not the lower chakra. So it will come up to your intelligence, mind, and heart. So you will become more intelligent. Your mind will be stable. So brahmachari is very difficult but very powerful thing. Of course, if it depends on you how you conduct. If you conduct wrongly in brahmachari, even if you control your genitals and everything, but you cannot control your mind, it's gone. So because that energy is there, that we are saving from the genitals and belly, that energy has to be properly utilized. If it is not properly utilized, it will come out as krodha. So krodha vegam is weak. Manasa vegam is weak. Vacho vegam is. So that energy will be utilized in speaking harsh words, doing the actions that will be troublesome for the others. Right? So that energy has to be utilized properly in the service of Krishna, in understanding the real knowledge. So that way we can control. So in this first sloka, then Rupa Goswami says that person who is able to control all these things, he is a sober person, and then he can make disciples all over the world. So he is the guru. Okay, so that is the uh, definition of a sober person. Sober person does not mean wearing a suit and tie, looking handsome. That is a handsome person. A sober person is he's handsome, at the same time he's controlling all these things. Why he becomes handsome is, it's not about how you look, what your color is, how your hair is, how your body structure. It's a overall your appearance. If it gives, it's pleasant to others, you are a sober and handsome person. Okay, so physically you may be very beautiful. Okay, good height, good body structure, everything. But if you go in certain place and people are not happy, you are there. Some people may be happy who are very external, but that is temporary. So then you are not very sober. So your conduct is your soberness. That is what here. Don't get angry. Always cool. Don't talk unnecessary thing. Control it. So this is a sober person. Then everybody likes to be with a sober person because they get something beneficial. So this is the first shloka. So anybody has any more comments or additions or questions on these, then we can discuss today a little bit, and then we should go to the next shloka.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I've been like really, I have been controlling the urge to ask this for like a few minutes now, but I'm going to ask anyway. So, as a layman, Prabhuji, like as someone who has like you said, trying to practice Krishna consciousness, but in this material world, I come to understand bhakti is building a relationship with Krishna, whereas we are like caught in this material modes of nature where we are conditioned to act in a certain way, is what you were saying. And then Prabhupada says in his purport that we should not get caught in this cycle of atonement. And in the shloka that you shared, it was said the seed, the effect, and everything Krishna will take care. So, for example, like I'm trying to build a personal relationship with Krishna. So, Krishna knows everything about me, like my feelings, my thoughts, everything, because he knows everything. So, and there is one offense that we shouldn't do while chanting is to commit more offenses in the name, in the strength of the chanting. So it's like people practice bhakti in all modes. Like for example, it may start in tamoguna with just transactional relationship, and then it may elevate itself to some passion, and then we may become like in the sattva guna, but bhakti transcends sattva guna. But the thing is, we are talking about not doing sinful activities, but if someone is not aware, like they don't know what it is to be a good person, which comes under the sattva mode. So how will Krishna kind of do this, Prabhuji? I'm not like, for example, if you and like if my child and I have a relationship, and if the child is committing mistakes and having not so good thoughts, and I know that, so if I am Krishna, I will be like, oh, I will try to correct my child, or I will look for a change in the child before I can have a wholehearted relationship. So is my conditioning stopping me from having that good relationship with Krishna? And when Krishna says he will annihilate everything, it means I have to really elevate myself before I can even have a chance of any proper relationship with him.
Okay, so very deep question actually, but very useful. So see, Krishna Krishna has never said anywhere that there will not be problems, or there will be always a good life, or everything will be good. No. He always says, I am with you when you make proper choice. So in this material world, one thing that he don't interfere is our free will.
Yes.
So he didn't say, Arjuna, you have to do this. Now you listen Bhagavad Gita, I told you everything, now you fight. No. He's telling Krishna told Arjuna, you decide. So what is that? You decide is free will. So Arjuna choose to fight, to follow. So we, as a conditioned soul, we also have that free will or choice. So we choose to do something which is not favorable for building our relationship. If we choose, we are responsible, right? So that way, when we say take responsibility of your actions, because I have taken or I have chosen that particular way. So I have to take the reaction. I know if I do this thing, it's not useful for me or my bhakti or my family, but I do it because of my past experiences or past karma, whatever. But I have a choice there. Always I have a choice to don't do it. But I don't choose that. So Krishna knows that I'm going into wrong direction. Okay.
Hmm.
But still I go.
Yes.
Correct. So I keep on doing the same thing. So I chant every day. I'm chanting 16 rounds, whatever rounds we do. I'm chanting, but I'm still doing the wrong choices and going in wrong direction. Okay. So in Bhagavad Gita 9:30, what Krishna says, even if you create most abominable activity,
Hmm.
but if you are steady in devotional practice, I still consider you as my bhakta.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right? So why he does that? You choose wrong, you go on wrong direction, wrong direction, wrong direction, but you keep chanting.
Right.
You know that doing offenses and chanting is not good. It's harmful, but still you keep doing. So Krishna says, okay, still I consider you as my devotee because you are not giving up your that action.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so if you give up chanting, you give up service, then you are totally into the hands of the laws of karma.
Right.
But if you keep chanting, if you do keep doing service, still Krishna is considering you as a devotee, so he is giving benefit of doubt that you make the last yesterday you made the same mistake, you today you chanted, again today you are doing the same mistake. What can I do? You are choosing it to do. But you are chanting, so still someday you will learn, right? So I'm giving you chances. So even if mother and son relationship example you took, right? So we you tell your our kids that don't tell lie, don't spill out the things, don't go there, come home early, but still they don't follow 100%, right? They will do what they want to do,
Yes, Babuji.
but that will not change your love for your kids, right?
Hmm.
Even if they do wrong things, even if a thief or a murderer is in the jail, his mother still has love for that son or daughter.
Right, Babuji.
That is the stable relationship that is always there.
Hmm.
So for a mother, even if kids don't listen, do wrong things, still she will feed them, she will buy the things for them, she will make cooking which they like. Why? Because that constant relationship is there. So Krishna always maintains it, even if we choose wrongly, we choose wrongly. So, as a mother, you can tell your son or your daughter, see, we're going outside in the dark or not coming home by 8 o'clock and going out is not good. Why it is not good? Because the activities in the dark are not good. People may take you, whatever. You can explain him. But still, the kid will not come by 9 o'clock, right? He will
Yes.
come later because he is enjoying with some friends or talking with somebody. He enjoys that. Then you see some many times, like I see, like if I am sitting here outside, if my like if you are staying in the building, I remember my mother will tell me, come, even if you are talking with your friends in front of the building, okay, or
Hmm.
downstairs you are
Hmm.
talking in the garden, whatever, she will say, come back by 8 o'clock, 8:30, okay. So I'm talking with my friends in the garden in front of the house. My mother is on the fourth floor. She comes out in the balcony and sees, oh, he's still talking there. She will not say anything
Hmm. Hmm.
because she has told me the rule that come by 8 o'clock. But I'm
Hmm.
not following. Okay. But still why she's coming out in the balcony to check if he's still there or he went somewhere.
Right.
She wants to check, right? So she feels okay, okay, even if late, he's in front of me, fine, no problem. But if she cannot see me, she will be worried,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? So
Yes,
if,
Babuji.
if while talking with the friends, if we go out for taking some coffee and she comes out and see, oh, they are not there, she will call me, where are you? Oh, we came for coffee. Okay, come back and talk if you want to talk in front in the garden. Don't go outside and talk.
Right.
So why we do, mother does like that? Because she is worrying. She has that love for son or daughter, so she wants her safety. uh, So she wants her to be in front of him or her. So mother, father, they will keep coming out and check. And they sometimes they will call, come up now. It's already 10 o'clock. Come up. But still we don't listen. We are talking till 11 o'clock, right? So she never gives up.
Mm.
Similarly, Krishna is giving up this knowledge, everything he is giving us.
Mm.
Okay. So, but we make choices, and our choices are done by us. But still, Krishna is waiting, right? Shastra says Krishna is waiting for you for so many lifetimes. Prabhupada told,
Right, Prabhuji.
just give this one life for Krishna and see what happens. But we are not making that choice. Right?
Mm.
We are making wrong choices. So then one point you mentioned that a person who don't know what is good, what is bad,
Mm.
right? In so a person who is used to do bad things, it's not that he don't know what is good. He knows. Every kid in their childhood, every mother tries to make their offsprings good by giving them good teaching.
Mhm.
Every mother does that. Every parent do that. No parent want their kids or daughters to be a thief or smuggler or a person who is used to wine and woman. Nobody wants their kids to be like that. So they keep the knowledge. The knowledge is available right here. The knowledge is available, but they don't choose to do.
Mm.
So it's their choice. I don't want to read. So there are many times we tell people, chant, or please read this book. I see in the temple also when I give classes, a couple is coming. Right? They are sitting in the class. One of them is listening very carefully. Okay.
Mm.
And is trying to change. Okay, so lady, generally the Matajis, they are very careful and they are inclined to do all these things, right?
Mm. Mm.
But the husband, he's not much interested in all this spiritual thing and chanting. But why he's sitting there? He's just sitting there because of his wife. He's sitting there.
Correct.
Because she wants to listen, he's just sitting there and he will look down. He will not look at the deity or person who is speaking. But he's sitting there for wife because of love for wife or care for wife, whatever you call it. So even if he don't have intention, at least he has intentions toward her, his wife or her husband.
Mm.
So unknowingly he's listening. So Krishna will see, okay, this person, he himself don't want to do anything good or listen, but she is my devotee or he is my devotee. He wants to listen, he wants to chat. So this person, even if he don't want to do, he is controlling himself just to satisfy my devotee's wish.
Mm. Mm.
Krishna will like that. Oh, this person, even if he don't want to do, he is not doing. But for my devotee, he is tolerating his urges to go out or do something. So Krishna will like him also.
Mm. Mm.
So that's why Krishna, he will like both. So Krishna is equal to both. So that's why we go outside chanting. Why we do? Even if people don't talk to you, don't talk, take the book. Devotees go outside on the road and chant. Why? Just listen. Even if you don't do anything, just listen. Someday Krishna will, oh, you listen what these people are singing. Fine. Krishna, that is Agvaya. That's why Agyat Sukruti very important. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, go out and chant. In Kali Yuga, there will be people who will not be in connection with any spiritual vibration. So you go out. They will not come to temple. So you go out. You go out. So that's how Krishna reacts. Na? So choice we make, and I think in next lokas it will come how what we have to choose, what
Mm.
not. Everything Rupa Goswami tells. Na? I hope this answers some of the points that you made.
Definitely, Prabhuji. And can I understand, like, for
Hmm.
example, like you said, the child, however they are, Krishna still likes them because of the connection through chanting and reading and everything. So a child who is obedient, let's say they follow the rules of the parent, so the relationship will blossom beautifully, and also like the child will become better. Is that how we understand, Prabhuji?
Yeah, so there is opportunity to have good relationship.
Hmm.
We can say like this. The following the okay, mother tells something, child follows. So mother's love is more,
Right.
right? And because mother's love is more, and the son or daughter they are reciprocating to that love, the relationship will be strong.
So that is what is advancement in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah. So
Okay.
slowly we choose the things that Krishna want us to do.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that is what Rupa Goswami will tell us in next slokas, that you choose accordingly. So Krishna makes a situation to every devotee so that he can advance.
Right. Right. Hmm.
So if you choose that, you are good. But you are in a particular situation and you can see that I cannot do anything at this stage.
Hmm.
Even if I don't want to act in a particular way, I have to act.
Hmm.
For example, now I am very busy for like 4 or 5 months, very busy in office. I don't want to be busy in office work
Hmm.
for 12 hours and what is, I know this time, this is waste of time. I will do, I will get money, of course, but there is no eternal benefit I am getting. Only benefit I getting is okay, I get salary so I can maintain my family, I can give some money to Krishna. So that benefit is of course coming, but the time I am spending there, I don't want to spend so much time. But what to do? That is my situation particularly given to me at this particular time where I have to work hard.
Hmm.
So okay, I will work hard now instead of trying to avoiding that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Avoiding that is more difficult because then I have to tell my bosses I will not do this, I will not do this, I will go home. That is more difficult, and your mental peace will be more gone in that case because you have to take care of so many things. So instead of wasting more time on this thinking about the same thing, okay, you do it for 12 hours, at least use 12 remaining 12 hours properly.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is wise decision, right? So then Krishna will say, okay, okay, you are very difficult because of what your karma or whatever, but at least you are trying to you utilize remaining time. So Krishna will arrange something that the situation will change, right? So that's how the relationship will be slowly built up. Na?
Amazing, Prabhuji. This is like an eye opener for me today.
I hope.
Very beautiful explanation. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
No problem. Thank you. Hope it's useful. It applies to me also, actually. Not it does not mean that if I am giving some example, I am out of that. No, I am I am in the same situation as you all are. I am also struggling. So it's a good reminder for me also. Thank you, Mataji.
I'm gonna write down 3 questions, no? And also I didn't answer my question. My question like about Jagai Madhai, no? Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them to stand on ghat and beg forgiveness for each and one who was wrong. So my actually question is that, okay, you say sorry if you make some mistake, you say sorry, you ask for forgiveness, but that is not enough. You have to do some actions for real atonement and for taking out the whatever mistake or sin or papa you did, to take out the roots completely. So can you more explain about that and then Anmol's questions?
Yeah, so for Jagai Madai's case, I hope everybody knows that story. So they hurt not only Nityananda Prabhu, but they were offensive to many Vaishnavas and many Brahmins when they were in passionate mode of their life. They committed so many sinful activities. Of course, after coming in connection with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they turned into devotees. So in Chaitanya Bhagavat or somewhere it is written that Madai and Jagai went to Nityananda Prabhu after they become devotee. Okay, they were chanting, And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told everyone that treat them as devotees. They have given up their sinful life, everything. So then they went to the Nityananda Prabhu that now the thing is you are in front of us, me, and I committed offense to you. So I am doing whatever you want me to do. I am serving you one way. But there are so many people that I don't know whom I have created, offended in my past karmas. I was harsh on so many people, and I don't know who are those people and how to meet them. So how can I come out of that reaction or that? Because he was genuinely feeling guilty and he wanted to do something. It's not that he wanted to do some atonement or some action. It was his genuine feeling that he expressed to Nityananda Prabhu that I want to do something because I have done so wrong and I don't know to whom I have hurt, whom I have created problems. So I want to come out of him my own this feeling that I have, what about that? What about that? So Nityananda Prabhu told them, okay, when the devotees are coming to Ganges to take bath or whatever, they are coming in particular place, what we call ghat or a type of small beach, we can say in new language, but it's what we call ghat, right? So it is dirty and they have to clean it. So what you do, one way of serving a devotee is even if you cannot directly serve, you make arrangements so that the devotee is comfortable, right? So Krishna likes that. Oh, you don't talk with this devotee. You don't, you cannot do direct any service. But what you are doing, you are making comfortable bed for that devotee to sleep. You are cleaning, keeping the room clean, or you are making prasadam for this devotee. So Krishna likes that service. Oh, you are trying to serve my devotee. That is wonderful. Krishna appreciates that more. So Nityananda Prabhu told them, you clean this ghat and make very nice arrangements for there for people to sit, to walk, to take rest, to keep the clothes. So they maintain. So they started doing that as an action of their atonement, or an action to serve actually. So whenever a Vaishnava will come to take bath in Ganges, they will serve them by giving them water or whatever they can do. And at the end, they will ask forgiveness from them. That is my past life or past this life or my past actions. I have hurt so many people. Please forgive me for that. Right? So that was an action that gave them satisfaction and also service to Vaishnava. So their service attitude that they got by doing all these activities is more important. That's what Nityananda Prabhu told them. So you serve them by giving this. So that was the action of atonement that was given. So forgiveness, right? So they ask forgiveness from which Vaishnava who will come there. Because they don't know if I have done offense to this Vaishnava or not, they don't remember because they hurt so many people. So every person they will come, they will ask forgiveness. So this is one type of action that we can do if you really feel guilty. One sorry, saying sorry is fine. But if you really want to do, then every time you will say sorry. It's not possible in these days, but that was the action Nityananda Prabhu told. So they did it. So we should not try to analyze further. Nityananda Prabhu said, you do it, they did it. So that is service attitude to Nityananda Prabhu. And that was the action. So if I do something wrong to somebody, I may ask my guru or I may ask my senior Vaishnava what to do. I did something wrong. So they will tell me something, okay, you go talk to him, you go do. So we have to do it instead of putting our own thoughts.
This example shows that just saying sorry for your things or seeing whatever actions, it's not enough. You have to go further and do some actions to that person or in that situation to completely get out of the sin or maybe whatever
From
action
your,
we did.
for your
Wrong
purification,
action. Yeah,
for your
that
purification.
is real atonement.
Yeah, so to a person who is hurting you, You serve that person is very difficult. So if you can do that, you get the service attitude which is required for bhakti. So for you in bhakti, there is no enemy, no friend. Everybody is a devotee, and you want to serve everyone without expecting anything. Then you need to have this attitude. So it's for your benefit that people will tell, go and say sorry, ask forgiveness, give them some gift, call them to your house. Difficult, but you have to do for your own purification. Okay? Anmol had some questions. Huh?
Three questions he
What
sent.
he has written? Okay.
आई गेस प्रभु जी आपने फर्स्ट एंड थर्ड तो एक्सप्लेन कर ही दिया उसमें.
हाँ,
एक बार सेकंड पे अभी उस पर डिस्कशन चल ही रहा था बेसिकली विद द एग्जांपल ऑफ जगाई मधाई.
hmm,
So as you told, atonement is means it's an action. Agar in this case, it's by serving devotees and asking for forgiveness.
hmm, hmm,
So, but in current life,
hmm,
but the sins are on the extreme level. Matlab,
hmm, hmm,
people are killing each other,
hmm.
doing mistreating peoples. How we can know that what is the right atonement for that? If you say, like for example, if you kill an animal and say I will do Krishna bhakti,
Hmm.
that is not an atonement now.
Right.
What I believe.
So there are two things. Okay. One, material nature and material laws are there. Okay. So we discuss about the free will and choice, right? So if I do a wrong choice, then a sinful reaction is going to come to me. From where it is coming? It is coming from the laws of this nature. Every country has their own laws, right? So India has laws, Japan has laws. So in India, there is some law. For example, okay, uh, crossing the road, very simple thing. You can cross everywhere. It's nothing wrong. But in Japan, it's not a social culture that you cross the road anywhere, anytime, running on the road. No, right? So we have to follow this Japan's rules. Why Indians, even if they are in Indian body, but when they are in Japan, they behave little bit properly, right? But the same me going in India, I will not cross road on the crossing. I will cross anywhere. Why I do that? Because in my country it is okay. But in this country, it is not okay. It is against the social etiquette, it against the law. So I will follow a little bit properly. So similarly, the Krishna is there, he is in spiritual world, but he has made this material world, and the laws of this nature and material world are laws which have to be followed here. Okay, so if you kill a person, you kill animal, and like you said, I will do Krishna bhakti. So even in the every morning we are reading 10 offenses. One of the offenses to the holy name is doing sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name of the Lord. This is one offense to what? To the chanting, right? So if you kill animal and I say, okay, I will chant 2 rounds more for killing this animal. This is offense against the holy name because you are using it wrongly. So what is the effect of that offense? The reaction will come. You will not get the benefit that you are supposed to get. Right? So it cannot be compensated. So in the Bhagavatam shloka that you read, every action cannot be compensated by some other action. It's not the way the atonement is. That's what Srila Prabhupada wrote, and that's what that shloka says. Because so when we say right, I go to temple, I go to church, and I give some money every week for my sinful activity. So it's a pious activity, but that is not real thing because that's not going any effect. You are just trying to nullify, and that's now not the way the material world is made. So I do a wrong thing, I give some donation to temple, or I give some yagya or something, and I think whatever wrong I have done, it is nullified. No, it's not nullified. Why? Because by giving the donation, you are thinking now my wrong action is compensated. So what's happening at the same time when you do that, there is another beej or seed is there in your heart that I can do wrong things and then I can compensate by doing some donations to temple. So this cycle will continue, right? So you'll never come out of that. So compensating something in the material world does not work, and Krishna don't interfere. So, like if I do some offense or some activity which is against the law of Japan while I am in Japan, the laws of Japan will be applicable to me, right? So I cannot say, oh, India it is allowed. They'll say, India it is allowed, fine. You are not in India, you are in Japan. Follow Japan's laws. By Japan law, this is the punishment. So you will get the punishment. And Indian government cannot do anything. Sometimes they try to interfere, but in many cases that government cannot do because you are against the law of nature. So similarly, in this material world also, we have to follow the laws of this nature, of this material world. So if you kill somebody, you are going to get that action, reaction from that. So that person or that animal is going to kill you some day or other. Okay, some way or other it's going to come to you. So if I'm doing something wrong to some person this life, that person is going to do wrong to me this life or next life. Somewhere I have to face that. Okay, why we face that? Because our surrender is not 100%. So we have to go through this cycle, right? So laws of nature, Krishna will not interfere. So that's why Durga Devi is very powerful. Why? Because she controls this nature. So if you do wrong here, you are under her purview. Okay, boss, this person has done against the law. Action, reaction. Why Yamaraj is powerful? He is working under the purview of this material nature and their laws. You don't follow, you will get punished. You follow, you will get good. So you do good things, you go to Swarga. You do wrong, you go down. Huh? So this nature, this world, Krishna will not interfere here. Okay. So you face your consequences of your action. That way you can take it.
Prabhuji, one sub question to this question, Prabhuji. We were talking about sins all this time, like the pavam part. There's also the punyam part, right, Prabhuji? Like,
Yeah.
for example, every good deed of yours is rewarded with a punyam, which also is advised against in Krishna consciousness, because you have to also pay the punyam and then like you nullify everything. But but punyam comes only when we follow all these laws of nature, like all the good things. So how is that connected to the relationship, Prabhuji? Like, for example, if Krishna also has the same rules, kind of, not exactly, but the same kind of rules. So when I do good things, does that what means when I renounce the result to Krishna? It means I'm giving up the punyam to Krishna. Like consciously, I'm not seeking the after effects of the punyam part.
A simple example I will give you. Okay, good activity. There are few in Indian temples. In India, if you go big temples, there are boards. Oh, this person donated this much amount. This person did this. This person sponsored this room. So it's a good punya, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
But that particular person says, I will give you 10 lakh rupees, but you put my name there. Right? So this is the demand. Okay?
Yes.
So there is a certain reason behind doing that punya.
Intention, yes.
Intention. So with what it is done. Good activities are also, so the shloka of Bhagavatam that I was reading yesterday, it says the same thing. You get attached to, Krishna says in more Bhagavad Gita, the result of good activities, pious deed is happiness and knowledge. Right? So you get happiness and you get attached to that happiness is the problem. So by getting good punyas and good karma, you get attached to that and you try to do the same thing again. Good karma, good karma, good karma. Right? So what is the result? You do good karma, you go to Swarga. For example, I'm saying you do going Swarga is not so easy that I do good karma in this life, next time I will be in Swarga. No, it requires so much lifetimes of good karma to go to Swarga also. So, but the problem with Swarga is there are so much happiness and so much peacefulness and so much goodness that you forget your relationship. You just busy in enjoying. Okay, so in Shastra says that's why the gods, Devtas, they although they are in Swarga, but they still have some connection with Krishna because they know they are trying to serve Krishna. But the happiness is so much that they don't remember. They almost forget Krishna many times. Okay, and the purpose. So that is the danger. By doing the good activities, of course, compensating good activities for bad activities not a solution. But just doing the good activities also, what it will give you, it will bind you by that happiness and some praise and some knowledge and everything, right? And then you will get attached to it. But if you want to do bhakti, uh, then you want a different kind of happiness that is coming out of devotional service, not from the pious activities. So one of the offense is to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the activities specified in the Shastra or Karma Kanda. It's not a pious activity. If you consider chanting as a pious activity, you are doing offense. Why? Because chanting is transcendental. It's not part of Karma Kanda. Huh? So that's why we say good activities also, devotees, even if they do, don't get attached to it. You are not doing it for yourself. That consciousness should always be there. Even if I serve full day in the temple, I should never think that I am doing it. It should be always in the consciousness that Krishna is somehow giving me this opportunity to serve him. And when coming out of temple after doing all the service, one way that Shastra says to get rid of this thing, offer all the results to Krishna.
Right.
Okay, so if I do good activity by donating, say, Juman, Nijuman, Gojuman, and by the laws of karma, I am going to get some good benefit, good credit, for example. The action of offering my results, good activities, results also to Krishna, I don't want those good results also, Krishna.
Right.
Not bad, I don't want good results also. Why? Because then I will be attached to that good result and I tend to go to the stay in this material world, basically. Even if Swarga, it is material world. So I want to get rid of that also. So I offer those also to Krishna. So I am neutral. When I am coming home, I am again zero.
Right.
When I am zero, then again I say, oh, I am nothing. I don't have anything. So what can I do to serve Krishna? Okay, I will chant. I will read. So your intention or your enthusiasm to do that bhakti part remains. And you don't get attached to unnecessary happiness and knowledge and everything. That's dangerous.
Right. So when Prabhupada says don't worry about the cycle of atonement, so like you were explaining, we have to do it for our purification. So I will say, like, I'm very sorry to Krishna. Like, I will say, I will apologize that I've offended this devotee. Sorry, Krishna. And then try to not commit that offense again. Is that what I should be doing, Prabhuji?
One of the action is if I offend, for example, you, I do some wrong action, I do an action that actually hurt you, for example. So first point is when you feel that you have hurt somebody, you have to go to that person, okay, and you have to honestly confess that okay, I understand my action was wrong. I hurt you. I'm sorry for that. My intention was not that, but it hurt you. So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, what is the control of tongue and the mind? don't do the actions which harm anybody. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita.
Hmm.
That is the austerity of mind. Right?
Hmm.
Be satisfied in whatever and don't harm. Why? So because we harm, then we have to go into this cycle of atonement. Go to that person, say sorry, do some action to uh, as an action or as a atonement, do some action,
Hmm.
right? So instead of that, Shastra says don't commit offenses against anybody. No? Why? Then you have to go to that cycle.
Hmm.
Okay. But Krishna still says, even if you have committed so many sinful activities, if you just depend on me,
Hmm.
I will take out everything. But the key part is okay, so Krishna is going to take out everything. So I will do. Then again, you are doing wrong activities on the strength of chanting, is offense to chanting. So you cannot do that. So you have to be very careful, right? So if I am using Krishna Bhakti or chanting as an excuse to my activities, that's offense against the names. And why? Because we are doing all these offenses every day, we are not able to surrender, basically.
Hmm. Hmm.
The effect of offense is, devotees ask, what is the effect of offense? What happens? If I do offense against chanting, I do wrong activity on the strength of chanting, I will understand that effect is coming on my bhakti. So the effect of offenses is your intentions to do the bhakti reduces.
Hmm. Hmm.
So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that whatever bhakti part you have done in this life is intact.
Hmm.
Is intact. It will be same in the next life. You can continue from there. But the problem happens is till now I was chanting very sincerely. I was getting some trust, but I do offenses. And what happens? My test of chanting, my interest of chanting slowly gets reduced, slowly.
Hmm.
And at a certain point comes that I am ready to give up chanting also. And it's a very gradual process. If it happens in one day, you will understand
Hmm.
something wrong, but it will not happen that way. The material nature will work in such a way that it will happen over a period of 5 years. So something wrong you do now, very big wrong, and slowly, it will cut down your intention and your interest slowly, without you noticing what is happening. And then suddenly at a certain point, the base is gone, and you fall down. So it's very dangerous to do the offenses and making wrong choices.
Hmm.
It slowly cuts your bhakti. That is what is cutting the bhakti, actually, offenses. So we have to be careful. So you get rid of these good results and bad results also. Uh, and Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita says, you surrender to Krishna, quickly you will go back to Krishna. What is the term quickly? It's not quickly in our terms in 1 second, 2 seconds. Of course, Prabhupada said, if you can surrender completely in 1 second, Krishna can take you. But we are not able to do. But quickly is in terms of Krishna.
Hmm.
He is eternal. For him, this creation itself is a one less than 1 second, whatever in our terminology. So it's not our quick, it's Krishna's quick. So for us, it is many lifetimes, right? So bhakti is a lifetime process, right? But if you can do it very seriously and with full surrender, completely depending on Krishna, it is quickly possible. That's Krishna's guarantee. Okay? I hope it answers Anmol's question also and your question also.
Yes, Prabhupada.
See, I talk this, I share this with you, all what my experiences are, what I have heard. What I have read in Shastra and different books, I share this with you all. Uh, but I have to be honest. Even if I share all these things, even if I know these things, I am in the same position like you all are. I am also struggling with my life. I am also struggling with my bhakti. And I also want to do many things, but I am not able to do because of my mind, my conditioning, what to do. But these are the opportunities when we discuss it is a reminder, right? It's a strong reminder that you should be very careful. You cannot take things granted. The point you take the things granted, gone. That is my experience. You can test it. Where the point you think I am okay, that is the beginning of your going down. Okay, so every moment you have to be very careful, and I am also not careful. I also go down. I come up, then again I do offense. I go down. It's going on, going on. Someday it will be stable. I don't know. Somehow we have to make it possible by helping each other. That's the only way I say. Any other points or any questions on this verse specifically? If not, then maybe next week we can go to the verse 2. So this is the goal, okay, first verse, okay. So now in the next verses, to achieve this, what is to be done? Rupa Goswami tells. That is the nectar of instruction, right? So you want to become like this, how you become is coming up soon, type of thing, okay. If nothing more, then we'd like to close for today.
हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna.
हम लोगों ने खाली ये आज थोड़ा ज्यादा सीन और एनवायरनमेंट इसके ऊपर ही सब कुछ हो गया ना, कुछ नया कुछ बात नहीं हुआ ना आज.
That's okay. No, there was so many new talk we discussed. So many new topics came up.
So what was the takeout of today's class?
You have to be careful with your actions. That's what I think everybody can share.
Krishna, my takeout from this class is like we have to have association with the devotees. That way we can get the knowledge. Knowledge is not only book study, like how you are explaining that practical way of how we can use the things in your life. That is important. And what you are telling, we have to realize it, we have to apply it in the life. And like basically everything is the mind, everything is stored. So mind control is important. For that, we have to use the intelligence. Whatever we study or hear, that with that, which is this is wrong, this is right. I have to do. This makes Krishna happy, because every time we do mistake, sorry Krishna, we cannot say. When children they say sorry, mm, but it hurts still, because we want the children to be good. Similarly, Krishna also wants us to be good. Just saying sorry Krishna, it's not right. It may hurt. It hurts Krishna, but he won't interfere our free will. So we have to feel the consequence that we may suffer. Also, it hurts the Krishna also. So everything in every activity of in our life, we have to cautious in doing things, remembering Krishna. That way we can control the mind and even anger also. And yeah, we can stop doing the wrong things, because it is not only for this life. It's like a carbon paper. If you write something, it will be carbon paper. It is there in the bottom. It cannot be raised. So it's filed in our heart. The swabhava comes for the next life also. The seed, the again we are doing the same mistake. So to come out, we can use our activity for Krishna consciousness. It's not a punya or papa. If I do papa, you can go to heaven. That's not right, you told. So the activity, good activity, it's for Krishna. It's for Krishna. Everything we can do it in that way. We are clear. No papa, no punya. Also, the mind also will be purifying, and we can get too much. Good child of Krishna. I want to be a good child, like this, thinking, doing that action to please the Krishna. The most important thing is devotee association, like this. Keep hearing, reading, and hearing the knowledge from the, I mean, senior devotees, and we can improve our life, be born for improving our life, correct our life. We did so many papas. This is the life we can use. You told that this one lifetime wouldn't be use it for Krishna. That way we can think, and every action we can put in action in right way. That's what my take. Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for summarizing nicely. Yeah, any other points anybody would like to add?
I'm just sharing my takeaway from your beautiful explanation, Prabhuji. Today, what I'm taking away very happily is that the relationship with Krishna is actually easy because he is there open. It is completely on my free will to develop, keep it open, or exercise it is completely with me in my free will.
Mhm.
So there is we in general they say relationships are two ways, but actually Krishna is there to accommodate any way I am. It's just up to me to keep that relationship beautiful and blossom. So I'm really happy to know that that relationship is already there. It is completely dependent on me. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Yes, it's very important. We don't want to go. That is the problem. Yeah, very nice. Any other points?
Hello.
Yes,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
So the key point that I take away from this lecture is that
Mhm.
atonement is just a buzzword. It's actually a good karma only. So whether you call it a good, like a good and bad karma cycle or atonement and a sin cycle, indirectly you are doing the same thing only.
Mhm.
Anyhow, we had to get the result of our sin, not this life, maybe some other life. Atonement is just to, in the name that we have some what you call power to accept that sin. It's just like things. So
Mm.
I don't think it's like a different word. It's like a sticker put on a good thing, like a
Mhm.
good word.
Mhm.
So that's what I get to know. Correct me if I'm wrong, please.
No, so the solution is real knowledge, understanding our real position and acting according to that is real atonement. Right? That's what Bhagavatam says. Yeah. Any other points before we close? Okay, let us close. It's already 8:45. We have chanting, we have Saturday duties, everything. Thank you very much for the precious time and your discussions and your points. Very useful for me also to be focused and a good reminder for me also. So we keep going. Next week we'll take the second verse, which actually tells what to do, okay, and what not to do. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Goswami ki jai. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.